Okay, y'all, it is Sunday, January 19th. I'm going to try to run through so much of what happened and excuse the lack of microphone. I was having technical difficulties, but I'm going to put it up anyway. Yep, all of that just to power play, just to feel special, just to look like a hero, just to, as so many people have said, to light the house on fire and then expect people to thank them for putting out what they started. Um, it fits. It fits. And I hope everyone remembers that the feeling they had watching it unfold, right? The pulling of the hope and are we going to keep it? Or are we not? Well, if it goes away, it's their fault. If it comes back, it's because they're the good guys and the criminal team are the good guys because they're saving that toy you like. It's just they just essentially abused 170 million Americans so that one ego, could feel special and feel needed and show up and puff his chest and say, "Look what I've done." Especially since they're about to make a huge fucking mess, like immediately. Already have, and have every plan of immediately starting with chaos and mess. So yeah, this is a nail biter because we are either about to watch a literal American schmozzy regime step into place run by billionaires posing as conservatives, because, they align themselves with those people, but they don't have those values. They don't partake in the religion. All it is they understand that that's direct access to millions of people who follow commands like that, who do not think for themselves, who will vehemently argue and deny with people on things they don't even understand. That is a gold mine if all you want are sheeple people. So that's why they align themselves with the side that likes to believe in things and have feelings, and then you just teach them that their feelings are facts, and science is a belief. It's a religion just like theirs, and that's what's going on up in here. And that's why they align themselves to those people. Very, very easy. But at this point, it's either that, because there's no way anyone currently sitting in power understands or thinks that we're going again in 2 or 4 years. There's no way anyone who has power right now thinks that this regime is going to be stopped by law and order or rules or laws or executive orders or anything else, including the executive order that was dropped today, which essentially mirrors one of Ms. Ma'am's main policies. And again, this is an executive order that can be overturned immediately. In fact, he will do it immediately if he has the power to do so. So why put it out there? Honestly, I think it was just one more little hang on, guys. Like they keep trying to give little beads of hope without tipping the hand, because that ruins everything. They can't come out and say it. They can only change their tone, which is what they've done. Their tone has changed. It's moved away from, see how we're not stopping anything, to, oh no, we're fighting. We're going to be here. We're not going anywhere. We'll catch up with you on Monday. Security advisors saying, hey, something impossible could happen, and then look at the situation at hand right now. This is an inauguration like none other. I don't know if there's one in history where we don't have names on the invitations. Maybe not the hugest deal, but it's worth noting, especially when you note that there are also no names on the VIP tickets. So sure, maybe the invitation and the program, but the tickets don't even say their name. They took down the jumbotrons outside, so you can't watch outside. You have to be in the arena if you want to see the inauguration, and phones are supposed to be in airplane mode. And for the people getting wise in my comments and going, how are they going to force them to put their phones in air? Good luck in forcing that. Like, some of you guys are like, those bad actors in the skit in the back, like that's some of y'all at the improv show, just, oh yeah. Like, okay, look, it's the government. You think they can't just turn it off? That they need you to comply. They can't just block it. So there's no military flyover, okay? They canceled the parade, and yes, for the folks in the comments who are like, did they keep the money? That's what I said. I made a couple pieces saying, yes, that's a cash grab. Not only did they pocket the money that they raised for this inauguration that's like not happening to the same scale, and many parts of it are canceled, including the people who paid to be there, but they're still sending out emails fundraising, okay? They dropped that crypto coin that's now worth like 25 billion or whatever, but folks are already doing something weird with it. It feels very grab the money and run. It feels very, I'm getting ready to just run out with what I can grab. And I'm kind of wondering if this dude is even going to show up tomorrow, because like that Operation Flagship Honeypot from 1985 that some of y'all have been talking about, the whole, what makes it so perfect is it's a highly sought after event that is required. He has to physically go there if he wants the keys to the kingdom. He can't Zoom it. He can't, you know what I'm saying? He can't phone it in. He can't send a proxy. He physically has to be there. And at this point, he has to know something's cooking, something's up. Some changes might be at the direction of his team. Some changes, you know, I don't know. Folks are asking about that a lot. Like, what things are his campaign and what things are other factors? I'm not entirely sure. But regardless of if it's his team or the Capitol, whoever is doing it, almost doesn't matter. It is suspicious as fuck that this man, who is an egomaniac who loves nothing more than crowds and adoration, is giving up all of that, barely even wants it televised, wants to sit in a closed room with a couple of people and all of his followers in a building 2 miles away where they can watch it inside the stadium only. No one can stand out on the streets, or I won't say no one can, but what would be the point, okay? You've got all this grandstand that I don't know if they're still using. You've got all these additional national security, gosh, you know what I mean, National Guard, military force, a police force from outside of New York PD. Like I said, they're there with the arresting wagons, not just patrol cars. And there aren't tons of people there because most of his support are not real. They're bots on platforms. They're not real people. And this is yet another occasion where folks would have an opportunity to see it, just like every other rally where it is nowhere near packed and they're like, look at how many people there are, and they're outright lying because their support is fake. It's on bots on platforms, and that's why certain platforms have been banned even in Europe, and they've been issuing statements against certain people over here, first boyfriend, and what they do with their platforms in terms of using it to spread information, to spread agendas and propagandas. And they're like, no, we don't want that shit in our country. We're not you guys, okay? America does this thing where you guys try to rationalize mass lying as something that's good. Like, it's really, really strange how y'all really, really do that and have so many people agreeing that that's a good thing. Yeah, it's just, I'm forgetting something. What am I forgetting? The things that they canceled and moved out of the way, and the lack of service, and the lack of pomp and circumstance, and it's very in a box. It's very, who knows what's going to happen. Like I said, I wonder if he's going to show up at all. I do not like the option of him having to have been sworn in first. A lot of folks keep pushing that one. It might be bots pushing that one, because it doesn't make sense to me that handing him the power is what completes the crime. That sounds like a bot response. Now that I say it like that. Oh, no, he has to give it to him, and then he'll prosecute himself. Like, no, I'm pretty sure that if they have to stop it from happening, especially if they're going to use like the 14th Amendment to do that. And then, I don't know. And, like I keep saying, if I'm wrong, then we're ready to meet in these streets. And that means we've really been abandoned, because there's no one who's unaware of what's about to happen. Like I keep saying, the folks who think this is going to be a redo in 2 or 4 years are the true Delulus. We are looking at the last of everything if something doesn't step in right here. And I'm sorry, you just can't convince me that something isn't almost ready to be served. You understand?